So we are standing in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We just got off the Grand River, and I am standing next to Jeff Neumann, who is the owner, part owner with his wife Rita, of GR Paddling in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So Jeff, hello.
Hello. Hi, Lynette.
I want to thank you, number one, so much for taking my crew and I out for an amazing kayaking trip today. It was 8 miles on the Grand River,
We had a wonderful trip. What a beautiful day we had. Yep.
and we got to see a bald eagle.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we had a very good sighting of a bald eagle.
It was amazing, and the water was the river was, I want to say, swollen. Would you
Yes, it
say?
was. We are high water conditions right now, but it was absolutely very paddleable today. Yep.
So this is a passion of yours, I know, and you were actually a college professor, right, for
Right.
25 years?
Right, I was. Yep.
So how did this passion begin for you? How did you switch from college professor and electrician originally to being out and starting this business where basically you cater to needy people like me?
It is a little bit different. Absolutely, it was a different line of work than what I was used to. But I was getting tired of what I used to do, and one day we were out paddling on the river, and we thought, well, maybe we could make a business out of this. So we kind of kept mulling it around, and one thing led to another, and now we're in our fourth year.
And I know you've been featured on the news. I know that which station was here actually just Monday with.
Fox 17 News did a story on us Monday morning. Yep.
Okay, so what what is it that drives you? What are you feeling when you're out on the river?
When I'm on the river, or even when I've got folks out on the river, I'm thinking this is exactly where I want to be today. I don't want to. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing on a beautiful day like today than to be out. And I tell people all the time that one of the bad things about this business is having a beautiful day like today and not going out and not having a trip booked.
You had to transition though, and this is really what they call an encore career, where you come up with a business or a career or profession or something after you retire from what you've initially done. So, did you have any hesitations, starting this new business later in life?
Well, we're not business people, so we did a lot of learning. We took some classes, and they do have a lot of free classes around through different agencies that you can take, and a small business association, and so we took advantage of those, and we did a lot of learning. It was a real learning curve. So we spent the first year just planning a business. We didn't just go out and buy some kayaks and start a business. We literally started in June 2012, and we didn't launch our first boat until May 2013. So we spent the whole winter planning and arguing and buying and spending and writing checks.
I totally get that vibe. And the reason I'm asking you is because so many of our listeners, right, they have this passion, they have an idea, and it's acting on it that is the hardest part. So, what do you think you've learned about yourself in the acting of this?
Well, we always, for a long time we had a discussion. Can we say we've been successful? We talk about that. Have we reached the point? And I was always kind of leery about saying, yeah, we're successful. But I think now we can say we've succeeded. And then Rita said, "So do you want to move on now?" And no, I don't want to move on now. I don't want to do it again. So I'm happy right here. So I get people a lot of times. They'll say, you can grow this business. You can make this. You could, if I was 25 years old, I would think totally different. I'm 56. I'm just fine right now. I don't want to hire employees. I don't want to grow. Although I do think the potential is there. So maybe someday we'll sell the business to somebody, and hopefully they'll make it grow. And it would be fun just to stand back and watch it blossom. If we were to, move it on to somebody that wanted to do that.
Well, and I think one of the things that's amazing about your business is that you and Rita just provide such a personal experience. That if you have other people working for you, would people feel quite the same way?
That's one thing that I'm afraid of, because we do things our way, and if we have an employee and we say, "Did you do that?" Well, no, I didn't. You need to do that, I'm afraid that an employee, unless you get the right one. I mean, there's certainly good employees out there, but I'm sure that would be frustrating for me. And I'd say, you need to do that. Well, why? Because you need to do that. Because we do that.
Because this is the way we do business. That's
what we
right.
do.
So, I am all about people envisioning something and then exploring what it would take and then executing a plan and taking that first step to act, right? So if somebody was considering they're listening to you right now and they're saying, I always wanted to do this. What should they envision by stepping into that new business?
Oh boy, envision a lot of points of no return. We constantly got to we would think had everything all planned out, and all of a sudden something else comes up, and we say, "Oh my goodness, well, we'll tackle that." And then we're saying, "Have we reached the point of no return yet?" Nope. I mean, as we were progressing along the way, could we just bag it and just say, it's gotten overwhelming, but we kept plowing through it, and it was kind of fun to meet the challenges. But there's no book on this. There's no like checkbook that we could find that says do this, do that, do that. We had to come up with our own book.
I definitely think that when you start something new, it is about, getting close to it and then receding, getting closer to it again and receding more. And it's until you get to that point where you take the plunge. So to explore then.
Yeah. Where we took the plunge, I guess that would be a good point. Where did we actually take a plunge? I don't know where we actually took a plunge. that would be the point of no return, when you say, okay, if we go one step farther, we're committed. And I don't know when we did, because we bought the van. Are we committed? No, because we could sell the van. We bought the boats. Are we committed? No, we could sell them. We're going to lose money, but we could just back down. And that was always in the back of my mind, saying, have we gone? Our first year was just, I wouldn't call it a flop, but it was to some degree disappointing. It's very hard, very difficult to get the word out. People, they don't understand what you're doing. You don't have a reputation. They don't have anything to go on. And thankfully, we did quite a few customers that took the plunge and said, this sounds like a neat, and then they hired us to. But it's really hard to start without a reputation, without something to fall back on, to point to.
And, I really like something that you said. And some people would say that you're setting yourself up or getting the intention for failure if you don't believe that you can achieve something, because you're always giving yourself that out. But I think that is such a safety net.
Yeah.
And just like we just had this conversation recently where we said, just because you get engaged doesn't mean you're getting married tomorrow.
Right. Yeah, I guess we went through a point of engagement. Yeah, okay, when did we actually profess the vows? And I don't know if I guess at some point we did. I couldn't tell you when that was, though, and where we became committed. But maybe we aren't committed now. Maybe, but passionate. Yeah, I feel we're committed, because I don't know what else I'd rather do. So
then for people to take that first step, what do you think getting started in that business is the first step?
Talk to a lot of people, and I'm thankful that we did talk to a lot of people, and for the most part, everybody was very encouraging. We had a lot of people saying that, a lot of support, saying that sounds like a great idea. But yeah, get people behind you that believe in it. So
now I know that when you are out on that river, you're loving it. So what closing advice would you give to people who are considering incorporating a passion into their life that could be maybe an encore business like yours is?
Oh boy. Well, like I read in a book years ago, if you don't retire from something, retire to something. If you get to the point when you want to retire, thankfully I was young when I had the opportunity I could retire. So I went to the library and I got all these books on early retirement. Can you retire in the 50s? Can you retire financially, emotionally, spiritually, holistically, everything, because there's a lot to it. It's very unusual to leave a job and that you're secure in. There's a lot of people that lose their jobs, unfortunately, but to leave a job that you have total security, and just to go into a venture like this, it's kind of scary, but I've never looked back, never regretted it. So no regrets. No regrets.
That's really important for people to take away. That's
No
important
regrets.
for people to take away. No regrets. So contact information in case they'd like to look you guys up.
grpaddling.com, and we're on Facebook, Facebook/grpaddling, and that's the best way to get a hold of us. Yeah.
Now, listen, while I was out there on the river with you, I was working on my kayak form. How do you think I did?
You're getting there. Yeah. We had a tailwind though, so we should have turned around and gone upriver to see what your form looks like. It's a little different when you're paddling into the wind or into the current. But we had an ideal situation today. So don't
Don't flatter myself.
don't don't kid yourself. It was one of the easier paddles, definitely.
Okay, I'll take that. I like your honesty, Jeff.
It's a good start.
Thank you so much. I want to thank you for being on the show, and thank you for taking myself and my crew out. It was a beautiful, memorable, awesome day.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And I talk to you, 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 and we love, and we hate,